Hey guys, my name is Ryan and welcome to HitScan. Overwatch is going to be getting an animated series sometime in the future alongside Diablo. We'll be going over how we know that and what we do know about that in this video, and of course it was leaked by Blizzard themselves, kind of. I also did quickly want to shout out HyperX, we'll be talking about them towards the end of this video, but the majority of our life as a YouTube channel, the amount of time that this has been mine and Miska's full-time job, HyperX have been supporting us and we've been able to use their mice, their headsets, their keyboards. But I do want to talk about the new headset that I got at the end of this video, but just a quick shout out to begin with. This came from LinkedIn, and this came from the profile of Nick Van Dyke, who is the president of Blizzard Studios. They're the ones that take care of all of the animations, not only for Overwatch but other games as well, World of Warcraft, even Hearthstone in the past, but it seems that they're going to really expand on life for Diablo, Overwatch and Call of Duty. Nick has previously worked for Disney, but over the past 6 years almost, he has been working alongside Blizzard and Activision as the president of the film and television division of the leading game company Activision Blizzard, charged with adapting the company's intellectual property to film and TV. The main bit of work that has the most flesh around it is Skylanders Academy, which is a TV adaptation of the game Skylanders, which of course is Activision. You can see all of the bits and pieces that he's done, hiring certain staff, making sure that everything works properly, but sold the series to Netflix. That's important. The next bit is that he was executive producer of Diablo, a TV adaptation of Blizzard Entertainment's IP rendered in anime style. The show is currently in pre-production for distribution worldwide via Netflix. A lot of people already have compared this to how Castlevania looks on Netflix, and it's looking to be something similar. He also offered development strategy for the Call of Duty cinematic and television universe, secured development funding, and oversaw negotiations to secure talent, but of course finally developed and sold an animated series based on Blizzard's Overwatch franchise. Now this doesn't say that it's Netflix, I've seen a couple of people rush to that conclusion already. And yes, whilst Skylanders and Diablo are heading to Netflix based off what Nick has said, there's no confirmation here. I definitely say that Netflix is the front runner here, but we just don't know that just yet. So that's what we know. Why is it important? Well, we really kind of have a good idea on when Blizzard started working on something like this, when they hired more writers for the Overwatch team. When it comes to lore, there's the meme of course that Michael Chu doesn't really do anything all day because there's no lore or story development, and the bits and pieces that have been developed are just small innocuous stuff that is either retconned or just not important. It's been a while since we really had some important story driven related stuff before Overwatch 2, and Overwatch 2 is looking to be a big spearhead with its PvE and story content. We're getting more short stories, we're getting the Orisa Effie thing later on this year, but it was safe to assume that the writers would be working on Overwatch 2, and it seems that a good portion of people that are involved may be involved in this as well. Whilst this is a separate entity, Blizzard Studios is a separate entity, and will no doubt hire more animators and writers to work on this, or just, outsource that work to other people. People like Michael Chu will oversee the lore and the story of related pieces like this, and it wouldn't surprise me if some more of the members of that team would be involved in that too. My point is that this could explain where Michael Chu and the team has been working at the moment, really developing the lore and the story of this game, which I think is an enormous move. We're now starting to get into an area where people are really interested in different means for gaming characters, especially this weekend where the Sonic the Hedgehog film broke records for gaming films on the back of Detective Pikachu doing really well last year too. And there's one thing that people care about with Overwatch, it's the characters in the universe. Remember all of the fan art and drawings and cosplay that people used to do on this game? It was ridiculous, and over time that's dropped off because people just don't really play the game anymore. A lot of people don't have a competitive background, so they're not really interested in playing Overwatch in that way, right? So they go on and move on to different stuff like, I don't know, Undertale. This is a really brave and gutsy move from Blizzard to really progress this, but I think it's worth it. When they have brand sponsorships with Kellogg's, an actual Lucio cereal being out and about in the world, it really does show how much of a hold Overwatch has in the mainstream. When it comes to pop culture, I don't really think there's any other games to have the same hold over people that Overwatch has when it comes to the character in the universe. And it's going to be really exciting and interesting to see Blizzard develop that and actually have more than one-dimensional characters, which they have at the moment. I also think this is important when you look at some of the animations in the past. I could definitely see them pitching the idea of doing an animated series for stuff like Netflix via the Maze show. It was a 10-minute show, it had no right to be that long, it wasn't all that exciting, but it showed how Blizzard could tell a short story, show emotions from a character, develop a narrative, and then make an animated short based off that. It was effectively a short film, so it wouldn't surprise me if Blizzard used that to pitch to production companies on making more stuff like this. But the key thing here is we don't know if it's going to be Pixar animated like the animated shorts are, or whether it's going to be something similar to the Doomfist trailer, which is a bit more cartoony. Both of those I'd be interested in seeing. Like I mentioned, Diablo's going to be looking very much like Castlevania, but either way, I would definitely watch it. I fully understand that there would be people not very interested in the story of Overwatch out there, but I think they'd be overlooking how much of a big deal this is for Overwatch, for Blizzard, and for gamers everywhere to have a strong animated series on one of the most popular gaming universes to come out this decade. Especially on the back of how amazing The Witcher was. It really does show that the stories of games do belong in the mainstream. I know The Witcher was a book beforehand, but you get my point. And whilst there's bigger games out there, no characters can really pull at the heartstrings more than the Overwatch cast. Other than Battletoads, of course. I mean, goes without saying, right? I didn't want to ramble on too much for this video. I think the information is pretty straightforward. I hope you enjoyed it, but I did want to finish by talking about the HyperX Cloud Orbit headset. In the past, I've been using Cloud Mix, which is a Bluetooth wireless headset, which you're seeing on screen. It's linked below as well, where you can connect it to my PC via Bluetooth or my PlayStation via an auxiliary cord, or via Bluetooth with my phone. I can switch between all three, meaning that I take the headset literally everywhere when I go abroad. It would take a lot for me to move me away from a wireless headset, but the Cloud Orbit is impeccable when it comes to sound. One of the strongest, one of the most comfortable as well when it comes to use. And I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for a wireless headset that's all purpose, the Cloud Mix is excellent. But if you're looking for a wired headset that is, you know, good for gamers, but also just high quality sound wise, the Cloud Orbit is certainly one of the best. Some really cool features on there too. But that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and see you soon.